So Thursday, the 7th of August, I don't know where the time goes, at 2 p.m, live from the shop. Hi, Donna. It's been a bit of a whirlwind this morning. We've had workshop, we've had deliveries, I've had to go shopping, I've got samples to make. But I'm keeping up, it's okay. And it seems a lot of you love the sample I put on this morning. I love it too, and I can't wait to make it with you all. So hello to Lisa as well. That's all I can see, Lisa and Donna. But I forgot to get, I'm going to set my iPad up while we're getting you on. Let's hope that, come on. It's too far away, it's telling me. Join, hopefully it'll do it. Ta-da. Okay, let's get the right person. Not that one. Hazel Eaton, that's who I need. Here we go, that's me. Ah, there we go, I can see comments now. That's better. Okay, so we've got Sharon and Lindsay and Pam and Tony and Penny and Susan and Pauline and Mandy. So yeah, that's great. We've got a good few of you on now. So welcome. Thank you for joining me. I want to have a little bit of time today using some of Chloe's creative cards, dies and stamps and embossing folders. And I am just going to flip the camera. So we've got this array here. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. We haven't got mega loads of stock. We're quite limited and I don't know what the stock situation is like. So when we go through, if you see something that you like, that you really, really like, I wouldn't hang around. And that's not a sales patter. That is just me being honest with you. I absolutely love this wreath. So this is a set. In here, you're going to get the stamps and all of the dies. £25.99. On Chloe loves to heat emboss and she loves sparkles and glitzy and glamour. That's why when I made my sample, I made it differently because I kind of grunged it up a little bit and put a different light on it because they don't have to be glitzy. They can be grungy. They can be anything you want them to be. So really, really love that one. And then we have got the gilded baubles. So in here, you're getting dies and stamps, which will all layer up to that kind of card there, whether it's heat embossed or stamped or whatever you like. Then we have got Shooting Star. I love this because it's so different. I love the fact that you've got a Christmas tree die so that the little stamp up here, you can stamp inside the Christmas tree as well. Something a little bit different. Now, the Christmas tree. This one, embossing folder, and then you get a die in there so you can cut the tree out, emboss it, raise it, and get a beautiful design. £16.99 that one is. And that's the same for hanging baubles. Now, all of these are listed under... Do we know what these are listed under, Paul? Will they just be under... They'll be under Facebook Live. He has transferred them over. So you've got the hanging baubles there, embossing folder and dies. This is the one that I'm going to be using today, the poinsettia, and that gives you an embossing folder, stamps and dies, which you can use all together or just use one element on its own or two elements. Choice is yours. There is one of those left. It will be fastest fingers first. It's £8 and it's the little driving home for Christmas. And then we've got, this is on offer as well. My arm's aching, that's the problem. This is called Snowy Tree. And this is stamps and dies to match. That is on offer at £7.50 instead of £14.99. Then there's a few little, I think this was on offer as well, actually. Yeah, £4 instead of £7.99. And then there's two little, what do you call them? Sentiments, like so. So, oh, and then we've got a couple of embossing folders as well. This one has trees on. And this one has stars on.
Is it the hanging baubles? Yeah. Just bear with me 2 seconds.
I'm just poising because I was just checking that he's getting the right one. On Saturday, I'm hoping to cover the Arden Creative Christmas range, which is all now back in stock. So that's what I'm hoping for Saturday. I'm going to have a little look at the iPad. And we're going to come up here. I mean, there's things on the table that you shouldn't really see.
They're live. They are live.
They're live what?
They're live on the website.
Oh, they're live. They're live on the website. That's something new. Autumn. Yum, yum. Bundles. Really good bundle deals as well. Right. I'm coming up. Let's get you clipped in. Oh, it's not even in the right position or anything. What's going on?
Hello. Oh, are they?
Right, I'm going to clip this in. It's going to be in completely the wrong angle because I don't know what is...
Very quiet.
Sorry about this. I hope I don't give you motion sickness.
Right, so we've got poinsettia and hanging baubles. Anything else?
Right, let's get this in the right position. I'm not, like I say, I'm not really very organised today, am I? Let's put the sample in and bring you a bit lower so that you can see it while I'm catching up with this. Oh, I've lost it completely. Sorry about this. Here we go. Come on. Right. So just checking the comments. Oh, Sally. Sorry that you're stuck in bed with COVID. You know, there's a lot of it about at the moment. Need your camera. Need a camera on your head. That would be perfect, Yvonne. That's good. That's good. Fighting with my iPad to comment. Do you know, me and technology, and I don't think it is just me. I think a lot of us suffer with technology problems. Right, let's have that perched up there. Now, I have got a little box next to me with some things that it's actually been bought, but I asked the lady if I could open the packets just to show a few things on air, and she said, of course I can. So this was the gilded wreath. So when you open up in here, inside you get an A4 stamp set. So if you look along the wall, how much is this? £25.99. An A5 stamp set can range between £15 and £19 on its own. And then you've got all of the dies. So I think for £25.99, that is a really, really reasonable price. I want to point something out on this. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but on this stamp, there's like a little notch at the top, just there. That indicates somewhere that when you put the die on, it will line up with. For instance, let me just pull that off. So that little notch at the top there just lines up on there, and you'll see that it is all perfectly aligned then, ready to cut out. So you don't need to die cut it and then put the waste inside, and you can literally just stamp it, line the die up on and die cut it, which I think is brilliant. Now also on this die set, you have got a bow. This is to cut out the holly, and then 4 of these little baubles, which are there. You've got your baubles, you've got your bow, and then you've got your holly, and then you've got these added extra bits that you can poke in and slip in. So that is your gilded wreath. And then they all just... Let me slide it in. Now, what I did do, I didn't get round to making a sample, but I can show you how beautiful. So this is stamped in evergreen bough, and I literally just got a watermarker, and then just coloured over the little berries to give that effect. And I can show you, this is the Fallen Stars embossing folder. I've literally just rubbed my ink over the top of that. But that would couple up really nice with the wreath. It would go well with all of them, actually. So that is that one. This one, again, these are really down stuck tight. God, don't rip it, Hazel. I'm trying. There you go. So each time when you come inside these packets, you get one sheet with your dies on, and then you get your stamps on your acetate. But really nice. These are so different, these ones. That one is your... I'm not going to open them all, but it's just to give you an idea. Shooting star. And that would look really great with this starry embossing folder. Now, one thing I will say with the embossing folders, these are $8.99 for an 8x8 folder, which is, again, it's really, really good value. Loving the trees in here. This would couple up really beautifully with the embossing folder. Dear, forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So in here, this gives you the embossing folder and the die so that that can raise up. And that would look lovely on that tree background. So I'm going to move these out of the way, and that's the same for the bauble. Yeah, got two of them. Make sure I put everything back in the box or I'll be in trouble. Double trouble. All I want out is this one. Okay, so to start with, get everything out. I need I've cut myself a piece of card, 5 inches by 7 inches, and I'm going to take the embossing folder to start with. And I'm going to feel in here, I want the flat side, not the raised bits, okay? So I'm going to take that. I'm going to take my hickory smoke, and I'm just going to rub this over on the back, like so.
Can you turn your phone around and go to Chloe's stuff?
And then pop that down.
I've got
I'm gonna...
Do you know the cheaper ones that Hazel's on about?
The trees, Paul. The tree, yeah, that's it. I have just put this between 2 plates. I'm just going to emboss this through my machine. It's really hard that I haven't got that close. Oh, I didn't like that. Have I got the right plates?
Yeah, go on, I'll have that as well.
Right, I'll ring you back in a bit.
Okay, there was a couple of sentiments, were there?
Sorry, bear with me, guys. This is just embossing.
Ones in the lower. Well, we could have been then.
I need to do this again because I put the wrong layer in. Sorry.
Yeah, go on, I'll do it as well.
Because every embossing folder is a different thickness, it makes a difference what sandwich you make.
Okay, no worries. Speak to you later. Bye.
Okay, right, so put that one in. Put that one in. Do you know what? I'm going to put that and I'm going to put that in. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. I'm just trying to get the right thickness. Every machine is different as well. And I've already cut 2. Aha, beautiful. Okay, so that gives us Jackie Chapman. I can answer that for you. You've just put a message into the workshop chat. It's Monday. Right, so there is our design, and I've transferred that hickory smoke into the background, which has really popped my design. And now I'm just going to take my hickory smoke and just run some. I'm going to come down a bit lower because I want you to be able to see this, and I want that out of the way. Let me put that on there and it'll stop the glare. So I'm just rubbing over a little bit extra ink. Like so. Now what I thought was, on this sample here, I can tell you that I used ice spruce, uncharted mariner and salvage patina, with a bit of hickory smoke as well. For my sample that I'm going to do now, I'm going to flip it the other way and I'm going to go more traditional. I'm looking for it. There it is. So we want evergreen bough. I've got cracked pistachio out as well, and I chose barn door. We'll see what happens. And I'm just going to rub in some ink over it. I'm not even being too careful. I'm just going to, where I think I want it, I'm just going to rub it. And it doesn't matter if it goes on other pieces because that's what makes it quite rustic. So just rubbing over little bits. That's actually not a leaf hazel. And it looks really quite messy at this stage. But when you finish, it's just like, wow, okay. In fact, I mean, this is messier than my first one. I'm not going to lie. But we can get by that. Just popping on. Now that is a little cone. I'm going to go a bit of iced spruce on there. If I'd got my minis with me, that would be a lot easier trying to get in here. And I could go in with a blender, but I'm happy doing what I'm doing for the minute. Then I'm going to get my barn door. And I'm just going to... Oh, this is proper traditional, isn't it? Going to get a little bit of red in the background. Just going over. This is so rough. It hasn't got to be perfect. I bet you're all thinking it's a good job because you're going right out the lines there. This is a little bit of a big pad to be doing this with. Just getting a little bit of colour down. Okay. And make sure I've got colour where I want it. So just getting in a little bit more. Bit of a holly, and just keep working your way around, getting some colour down. That one needs a bit of red on there. I've got green on it. Now, normally, I would quite easily get me a brayer and be brayering over this. But I don't want it all the same colour. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start and add over. This is hickory smoke, and I'm just rubbing over just to kind of mix some of these colours in a little bit. It's not going to give me the same feeling that I got with the contemporary one, because I fell in love with that instantly. This one, I'm feeling it will grow on me. I'm just going to get a little bit of a brown on there. Yeah, that's cool. Liking that. It's coming together. Let me have a little bit of bough. Just seeing if I can catch some of these areas that I couldn't catch with the pad. Yeah, that's cool. So at the minute, we're looking very, very rustic. It looks like a very dark blob there, doesn't it? Let's see if I can lighten that up. And let's just check me comments. Right, so I'm just going to grab some white and tap that over, and it's just knocking back that colour. And it's the same with any of this. If I want to knock the colour back, just go over with the white, and then you can reintroduce some colour after. So for that, I'm going to just now it's a lot more subtle. Have got that brown down there, but I'm okay with that. Right then, so going back to our folder, I went ahead and I cut the big poinsettia. Now when you line it up like this, you'll notice you'll get a little edge all the way around, and that's what you're looking for. Get that, snap it shut. Now I do one at a time, purely because it saves me messing. And one could slip more than the other, if that makes sense. So there is one, and then the other, again, just go by eye.
Thank you very much. Thank you, bye.
Okay, and there's our second. So now I'm just going to move this one over and tidy up. Okay. So to colour these, I'm going to take some of the barn door and I'm just going to brayer over, and that's going to give me a really nice white vein detail. You don't have to brayer them. You could get the same kind of look by dragging the pad. In fact, it's a little bit deeper if you do that. So we've got that detail on there. And then just bring this back in. What I like to do, this little vein here, if you just pinch it, this will like crease up a little bit. Of course, there's all sorts of different, all your sprays are going to work really well on here. Little mica sprays, glitter sprays, glitter glues. See, if you can offset it like so, or you can do it exactly. Oh, maybe that is a leaf. Yeah, it is a leaf, isn't it? Silly Billy. Right, I'm just checking back those, that's fine. So you just got to make a choice whether you want them offset or not. Just going to pinch all of these. Like so. And you could carry on with the emboss ones. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of the stamps as well and incorporate them. So I'm going to keep that one on there like so. Just wondering if I want... Yeah, no, I think I'm happy with that. Yeah, okay. Let's go on to the stamps then. So in here we have got season's greetings, or we have got Christmas wishes. I think I'm going to see if I can fit season's greetings on here. But before I do that, I've got to cut this down, because sometimes when you emboss card, it kind of stretches out and goes at different angle. I'm just going to cut this down to, what's that, 5? So that is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And then this is 5 by 7. And then I've got another one at 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. And then I have got my A5 card, which I've actually cut down to 20 centimetres, okay? So I feel like chicken tonight. This one. I'm just going to ink the edges of this, and I'm just going to rub it with the pad. It hasn't got to be perfect because it's just a matte layer, but I want it to match in with the card. What is that? Okay, so let's see if we can fit this across here. We can, but I'm going to print it in black so it stands out a little bit more, because it's a very beautiful, fine font. There you go. Season's greetings. So it's still looking quite rustic at the minute. Give that a little clean. Right. Pop that on there. So then from here, I want the smaller one. So I want this, and I want this one. So you get 3 different sizes. You also get the lovely sprig of berries and a couple of leaves as well. And I'm just gonna grab a bit of card. Now this one will fit on. Where's the red gone? Give it a good ink up. Stamp that down. And then this bigger one, I need a bigger block. I could have just put them in my stamping platform, couldn't I, and done them both together. Okay. And then what we need to do, we need that die and that die, and we need a little bit of tape to stick them down. So this edge actually lines up, it's the same as the edge on the inside, so ever so simple. Get that lined up, stick that down, and then the same. Again, it would be good if I could get my head above, but I can't. I'm just going to die cut them. gives us this and this. Now from here at this point, I didn't do it on the sample. I've just left it like this. But what I could do is pop this into my, not that, I see I can't do that one because it's not on there. I could emboss that one in there, but I didn't want to. I wanted to pull, look. I wanted to leave it just stamped because I wanted to see all of the different ways on the card. So I'm just grabbing a red brush. Just going to blend over. Put a bit of colour in there. And again, I'm going to do the same thing and just crease those slightly on the vein line coming down. Do it on all of the petals. There we go. Right. Now, this one is a lot different. I'm just going to put this in here. You see how they look completely different because this one is so much more contemporary. And on this one, when I was inking it, it really caught it. And I'm going to explain. I'm going to do something. Because I emboss it on this piece first, but I used the 2 3mm plates, it was a lot stronger, so it's a deeper emboss. So if I just want to test this, and it's more for myself than anything, when I ink down, yeah, you see, you can be a lot more precise with it. Just getting. Yeah, so just double check your layers, whatever machine you have, check your layers for 3D embossing. It's just being able to be a little bit more specific with where you're laying your ink down. Obviously, you can go in and paint them, you know, that's fine too. I feel like I want to ink around the outside here and just make it a little bit more grungier. I'm going to get my black studio light. Now, what GSM card are you using? Good question, Joan. This is my Dragon all-purpose, so it's 300 GSM. It might work a little better, actually, if I'd have used a thinner card, and then maybe I could have had the 2 thicker plates. Sorry, miss, what is the embossing folder, please? This is for Helen Louise. It's this little set here. You've got embossing folder, stamps and dies. It's called Poinsettia. We are very limited on stock. We're down to the last couple there hanging up now. $24.99 gets you all of those items that can coordinate together. So this is just an added optional. I'm just looking because I'm hoping that I can give this a little bit of a spritz. We'll see what happens. I'm going to put a bit of dark in there as well. You can really, this is the beauty of embossing folders. You can really transform their look. If you go in and you think, oh, I don't like it, rub some white over it, rub some black over it. You see, these need a bit of black, a little bit of black tone in them now to match. Just a little bit, but yeah, That's better. That's better. Okay, that's good. Almost looks a little bit Nordic from here, actually. Right, so a little bit of a spritz on them corners around the outside because I've put the Studio Light ink on. It's water reactive, so I'm going to get a nice little spotting around the outside. Oh, something's just gone with you, love. You can take this now. This. And this. That. Where's that last thing? Okay. Babe, that goes in there. That's finished with. Okay, so I'm just going to make... This is it's slightly damp, so I'm just making sure. The only thing for me now is this pine cone. It's not... I'm not seeing the detail like I would like to because I over-inked it. And I did put the white in to knock it back, so I just need to highlight the detail. So I think it's important for me to show you how to get out of what I've done. I am just gonna paint in a few little bits, and I might be able to strip some colour out before, but let's just see what happens because it's oxide. It does react a little bit differently. I mean, realistically, I should just be saying step away, Hazel, but I just want it to be a little bit there. That's that tiny little bit of detail. That makes me happy. Right. So I've got this piece. This is going to mat and layer, and I want that crisp white to really bounce this off. Looks like I'm putting a lot of glue on. I'm not. I'm just making sure I get it in the grooves because it's an embossed bit of card. I need to make sure that I've got a bond. Need to pick it up as well, look. Right. There we go. So that's there. Then let's have a little look at it onto the green. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's nice. So we can layer that one up. And then I don't normally do 3 layers, but I just thought with this one, it really did. You see, I'm looking at this now on my iPad, and you know I said at the beginning, it needs to grow on me. It has grown on me. I really quite like it now in the traditional. So this one is going in here. And I'm going to offset that in the middle. And it needs some... Oh, what am I doing? That's the wrong one. It's going on top of there. And then that one's going on there. Yeah. Well, I'm getting right confused. Where's the thing? Right, that's there. So now there. Okay, and then this one. Just offset that one. And then we'll have that centre. And then what I really, really, really would like on here is some white, nice white flicks. So I'm going to go on a hunt. I think I've got something here that I can use. I think I've got my acrylic paint here. Yes, I do. I'm going to pop some white down. I don't need that much. I know I don't. I'm going to spritz a little bit of water. And then, now it would be too organised if I had a splatter brush here. That absolutely is at home. So a water brush it will be, which will give me some squiggles as opposed to splats, but I'm happy. It's fine. Just want some white on top of them poinsettias. That's fine. Right. Just tidying your mess up. Bring my card blank in. Now, again, if I was at home, I know that I would have some perfect pearls or sparkles or something to go in the middle of there as well. But it's always the way. Let's just get this glued on. Oh, sorry, just knocked the camera. Nice equal border. Don't forget I chopped this down to 20 from 21. Okay. And there is, and hold that there, and I'm going to look how it looks on the iPad when it catches up because it's always behind. But completely different vibe. I love them both actually. What's your favourite? Let me raise that a little bit so you can see them both together. What are we thinking? This one or this one? Right, let's spin you round. Or you can have a little look at Paul. If you've just ordered, he's trying to pack and get them in the post. So, right, yes, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. It's something a little bit different. And yeah, I really like it. I like both colours. I'm not going to preference one over the other, but some people like more traditional. Some people like more contemporary. I mean, you don't have to use the stamp sentiment on there. You might want to use one of my Christmas dies, word dies, and pop that on there and have more of a statement over there. But yeah, I love that. Thank you for joining me. I am hoping to go live on Saturday with Arden Christmas, I think. I don't know what it'll be. It'll be a surprise. I'll post on my page. I do have a workshop in here in the morning, so it's going to be a race against time, but I will see what I can do for you all. So thanks for joining, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.